My husband is Mr. YouTube. If he needs to learn how to fix something, if he wants to look something up, he's forever YouTubing while we're watching television. She's my videographer. We are trying to vlog. I'm not sure how that's going to go. She tells me it's going to go well.
She'll figure it out.
That's his big time suck instead of working. He's on YouTube. So when I started out with Steffi G, he says, oh, well, you got to be on YouTube. And I'm like, well, I got to figure out what that looks like. He goes, well, you just got to do it. I didn't do it, obviously. So that's why we're working together now. But when I told him this morning I was going to do it, I don't know if he was jealous or supportive. All right, so we're here at Paint Out Paseo Pink. It's the 12th annual. I think we've worked it 10 years, which is exciting. And then we're on El Paseo, which I've marketed for 16 years. But what's so exciting is for me to see when merchants get together and actually come out for these big events and do something fun. So what's happening is people are walking to the east, they're gonna circle back and come this way. And for years, the struggle has been, how do you get them to shop and eat and dine? So we come down, it's also my personal charity of choice. My mother died of cancer when I was young. And recently I've started really fundraising for Desert Cancer Foundation. I did a fundraiser on Facebook and made $1,400 for my birthday, which I couldn't believe my friends were so amazing and wonderful and generous, you know, $10, $20. So to give them $1,400 and to be able to be here is pretty humbling for me. So one thing I think is really important is I know that kids these days have to do things in high school and give charity hours and give back a little bit, but I wonder how much that's seeping into their personality as they get out into the world, because what we're seeing is the greatest generation, or the baby boomers, have made all this money after the war, and then they started endowing things like $5 million to their college or $2 million to a local hospital. As that money gets transferred to their kids, people my age, they're not giving a dime, or they're giving $1,000 or $2,000. And so the charity world has changed, and it's a big struggle, and it's when we have so many nonprofits as clients, we go through this with them. How do they continue to raise funds to keep going when the new generations weren't trained to give big amounts of money? They were trained to give a little. So one of the things that I want to pass on is this feeling that you give back to things you're passionate about, and you don't just give back when it's convenient or at a silent auction so you get something, but you actually give. And especially if you inherit money from your parents, I would hope that we start seeing some of these kids actually give huge endowments in their parents' name or in their name. These organizations give a tremendous amount of service to their community. So without them, we're going to see bigger voids of things not happening. And that's what's happening here with Desert Cancer. They pay for treatment for Valley residents, 100% of their treatment for people that are underinsured or for some reason just don't have the funds to get the care they need. And they've saved lives, like hundreds of lives, thousands of lives probably. So we got to give, we've got to help these organizations. We're a community, we have to help each other. He's like, oh yeah, like I read your blog yesterday. He's never read my blog, ever, unless I sit him down and pull it up on his phone. So I was like, oh, you read the blog? And he said, yeah, so I can't wait to see the first vlog. So we'll see if he's behind this or not.